You say you want to lose weight. You try harder, eat less, move more, but nothing changes. Because there's something deep inside you that's screaming to be heard and you keep ignoring it. Your body isn't just fat. It's tired. Tired of being punished for the pain your mind won't process. Tired of being controlled instead of cared for. And here's the truth no one told you. Your body has a limit. It fights for you until it can't. When it feels unheard, it stops. It stops burning. Stops responding. It stores fat like armor not to betray you, but to protect you. You think you're doing everything right. But if you keep ignoring what's really hurting you, your body will stop fighting for the version of you it no longer trusts. This is the beginning of that truth. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You keep cutting calories. You try new diets. You push harder at the gym. But your body doesn't respond the way it should. Because you're fighting the wrong enemy. The weight isn't the problem, it's the result. It's a symptom of something deeper, buried and ignored. You think it's about what you eat, but it's really about what you've been forced to swallow emotionally. Shame, fear, loneliness, unspoken anger. These don't show up on a meal plan, but they show up on your body. Not as fat, but as messages. As layers of pain you've never been taught to name. You're trying to fix your body, without ever understanding why it broke down in the first place. And until you look beneath the surface, no plan, no pill, no diet will last. Because healing only begins when you finally treat the wound, not the bandage. Every time you skip a meal, every time you stare in the mirror with disgust, every time you say, "I hate my body," you're punishing the one part of you that's been trying to protect you all along. Your body didn't choose this pain. It simply adapted to survive it. The weight? It's not laziness. It's armor. The cravings? Not weakness. It's your nervous system begging for relief. That exhaustion you feel, it's not because you're out of shape, it's because you're in a state of war with yourself. You've blamed your body for years. But the truth is, it's carrying emotions your mind refused to hold. And now, it's tired. Tired of being the scapegoat for wounds you never chose. Tired of being starved for mistakes it didn't make. Tired of being your punching bag when all it ever wanted was to be loved. If you really want to change, you have to stop punishing what's already been through too much. You're not eating because you're hungry. You're eating because you're trying to escape something that words can't explain. You reach for food when you're anxious, when you're lonely, when the silence gets too loud. Because food doesn't judge you. It doesn't abandon you. It gives you what no one else gave you, a sense of safety. But here's the truth. You're not feeding your stomach. You're feeding your wounds. Every bite becomes a bandage. Every binge, a shield against pain you didn't know how to process. Food becomes your escape, your comfort, your armor. And the more you rely on it, the harder it becomes to face the real hunger, the one that has nothing to do with food. Because what you're really craving is peace, love, and someone, maybe yourself, who finally sees what you've been carrying. Until that happens, food will keep trying to fill the spaces no one else could. On the outside, you say you want to lose weight. You track every meal, count every calorie, follow every plan. But inside, something resists. Because your conscious mind wants change, but your subconscious is terrified of it. Deep down, your mind believes the weight is keeping you safe. Safe from attention. Safe from judgment. Safe from being vulnerable again. So while one part of you is working to shrink, another part is fighting to hold on. And guess which one wins? The one tied to survival. Not logic. Not effort. Not willpower. This is why you feel stuck. Because you're trying to move forward with half of you pressing the brakes. There's a war inside you between who you are now and the version you think you must become. And until you bring both parts into the same conversation, you'll keep calling it sabotage when it's really self-protection. There comes a moment when your body stops responding. You do everything right, eat clean, work out, drink water, and nothing changes. Not a pound lost, not an inch moved. It's not stubborn fat. It's a burned-out body that no longer believes you'll listen. You've pushed it, starved it, ignored every signal. You treated it like an enemy, so it shut down. This is the body's last defense. Stillness, resistance, silence. Because why should it keep trying when you only respond with punishment? Your body doesn't need another rule. It needs repair. It needs a reason to believe it's safe to let go. This isn't about metabolism. It's about trust. And when your body no longer trusts you, it stops helping you survive and starts just holding on. If you've hit the wall, maybe it's not failure. Maybe it's your body's way of saying, please, don't fight me. Heal with me. You think you're doing your best, but something inside you keeps pulling the rug out. You skip meals to be good, then binge when no one's watching. You punish yourself for slipping, then spiral into guilt so deep it triggers the next binge. Sound familiar? These aren't failures. They're clues. Clues that part of you still believes you don't deserve to change. Clues that your inner voice is working against you, not for you. Watch for the signs. Constant exhaustion, even with rest. Cravings that hit when you're most emotional. Weight that fluctuates, no matter what you do. Self-talk that sounds like an enemy, not a friend. This isn't just sabotage, it's survival mode. A scared system, doing what it can to stay safe, even if it's making you miserable. And you'll keep repeating the pattern until you stop trying to overpower yourself and start listening to what your sabotage is really saying. Real change doesn't begin with discipline. It begins with honesty. Not the kind you force through guilt, but the kind that whispers, maybe I've been fighting the wrong battle. You don't need another meal plan. You need a moment of truth. Ask yourself, why am I still holding on to this weight? Not physically, but emotionally. The answer isn't in a diet. It's in the pain you've avoided, the parts of yourself you've silenced, the memories you've buried under years of being strong. When you stop punishing the body and start listening to what it's been begging to tell you, something shifts. Not overnight, not perfectly, but deeply, because the moment you see your weight not as the enemy, but as a message, you stop trying to control it and start healing it. And that is the real beginning. You've spent years trying to fix your body, but what if you never needed to fix it? Just reconnect with it? Your body isn't against you. It's been speaking the only way it knows how. Through cravings, fatigue, weight gain, pain. It's not sabotage, it's a language. One you were never taught to understand. And every time you ignored its needs, it tried louder. And when that didn't work, it shut down. But here's the truth. Your body is not your prison. It's your partner. When you stop seeing it as the obstacle and start treating it as an ally, everything changes. You don't have to love every part of it right away. But you can start with this. I hear you. I'm here. I'm sorry I was gone. Healing doesn't happen in control. It happens in collaboration. The body will fight for you. As soon as it knows you're finally fighting with it, not against it. You've tried everything. The diets, the workouts, the plans. You've cried in silence, fallen back, blamed yourself. And now, maybe you're thinking about giving up for good. But before you do, hear this. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're not lazy. You're just tired of fighting a battle you were never meant to fight alone. The weight is not your failure. It's your body's way of saying, please notice me. Please care for me. Please stop hurting me. And the moment you stop seeing it as a curse and start seeing it as a message, everything begins to shift. Healing doesn't start with force. It starts with permission. Permission to feel, to rest, to reconnect, to begin again from a place of compassion. Leave a comment. Like this video. Subscribe if your heart whispered yes, even once. You are not alone. You are not at the end. This might just be your beginning.